20, Mike. Uh, we are going to talk about our 5 favorite things of all of Walt Disney World. Um, I'm Janelle. I'm your in the park expert, and I'm with my friend and co-host Mike.
And I don't follow the rules well, so I have more than 5 things written down.
Oh my goodness.
But if you've been with us on other podcasts, you know that I tend to stretch the limits a little bit. But as Janelle said, my name is Mike. I'm a travel planner that specializes in all things Disney, all the planning, all the outside the parks, all of the leg work to get your trips set and make magic for you.
All right. So let's get to it. Like we're gonna get to it. Our favorite things. This was kind of hard to come up with all of Walt Disney World because I mean it could be anything from in the park, out of the park, eating, whatever. It could be anything. Okay, top 5. Do
And
we
we
want to?
should say, and I know we said this in previous podcasts, picking your top X, 3, 5, 10, whatever, is going to be different for everybody. It's opinion based. We would guess that some of our favorites will be some of your favorites, and we would love for you to comment on what your favorites are. Maybe they're things that we haven't done or experienced, and we'd love to try them.
Okay, I agree. I agree. So Mike and I, we don't know what is on each other's list either. Let's start with 5 and go all the way to number 1. Let's
Okay.
work. Let's go backwards today.
Okay. So I will say, and just to share this openly, I did a lot. I did top 5s for each of the 4 parks,
Oh
and
goodness.
I did a top 5 for outside of the parks. And
Okay.
so, but I did then number my overall top 5. So I
Okay.
do have that.
I
So
have 5, you guys. I'm not an overachiever like Mike, you know. So if you want to know how this podcast is run and who comes up with all the good information, it's the one over on the other side of the screen. Okay, so overall 5. I'm
okay.
I'm I'm holding you to that, Mike, because I know this is difficult for him.
If I start to tremble at all, you guys know why. I'm being held to fire.
You can do this. I know you can.
I'm gonna try.
But that's why this is so fun is because it is hard. It's really putting all of your just your favorites into one thing. Into All right, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
My
Yours.
number 5 is the visiting the veterinarian area
Oh,
in Rafiki's Planet Watch.
I love that one, and that just made me think of one that's not on my list. That I wish was on my list now. It's not that one. It's something completely different.
No.
Darn it.
Okay.
I
That's my
love that.
number 5. So in Animal Kingdom, you go head back to Africa and Rafiki's Planet Watch. There is an express train that takes you back. One on the train there, you get to see the behind the safari. I love that. And then once you get back to Rafiki's Planet Watch area, there's a petting zoo, there's the animation station. I just love the area altogether. But there's a big glass window. And if you have watched any of the Disney Plus shows about the veterinary cast members, you have the opportunity to meet them sometimes. And there's a TV screen and they let you know the schedule for the day. And sometimes they might be out doing calls out of the office, but sometimes you get the opportunity to catch them doing their job in there. And it is absolutely one of the most fascinating things that I love to stand there and watch. They take questions from the guests, they will do their best to answer, and you get to see things that I think most of the time are behind the scenes at other places. Like, where do you get to see, you know, a bird getting a vet check unless you were in an actual veterinarian office? So I just love the hearing the stories and seeing it all. It's just fascinating to me.
Okay, so full disclosure, I just came up with 5 new ones.
Oh
I'm
goodness.
dumping the original 5.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay, My number five, then based on my new rankings, and my new five, none of them are my original five. I just totally blown it apart. And
Okay.
there's a good chance by the end of this, I'll have five new ones again. So,
Okay.
Festival of Lion King, the show at Animal Kingdom,
Okay.
that is an absolute must do for us every single time we go. Love, love, love that show.
Okay.
So, the music is just kind of gets you into really into the rhythm of
I
everything.
agree. I agree.
So fun. Love that one. That's
Okay.
number five. That's my new number five.
Okay. I'm looking at my list, seeing if I want to do any adjustments to it.
I know.
Um, so I know that this my next one is going to be based on the time of year that you're here, and I'm going to throw in a party, whether it be a Christmas party or a Halloween party, just a party in general. There's so much fun. Um, I, I know that it's added cost, it's all the things, but again, our overall, like, what should you do? If you can go to a party, even if it's a one and done type of thing, oh my gosh, they're so much fun. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to say go to an exclusive party event.
And I think I'm crying on the inside that I didn't have that on either one of my top five lists.
Okay, I
Uh,
love this. So we're not supposed to have the same things, and that's what I love.
But it shows you just how hard this truly is to do
Yeah,
because Disney
yeah.
has so many spectacular things. All right, so my number four on my list, and I'm going to say this, you might be like, "That's one of your top five must-dos," but
No, that's
it,
fine.
two of my five, and I'll call them out when I do, are very sentimental and value, and so that's why I have that. So for me, it's the Walt Disney World train at the Magic Kingdom. Very just nostalgic. It was always one of my mom's favorite things to do. And last time we were there when my kids were younger, they knew that that was my mom's favorite. So that was always the last ride we would do before we left Magic
Love
Kingdoms.
that.
That's why I have that on my top five.
See, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. Hmm. All right. Number three for me. Um, Not in the parks. Don't. It's free to do. Resort hopping. Love to go to the different resorts, and it doesn't matter what time of the year. Now, are there different parts of the year that they're even more magical? Yes, but that's why I love it. Like, the resorts are always changing. There's always things going on, and whether it's going there to get new food or to see what's going on, I, I love going to the different resorts and checking them all out. One of my must dos. I feel like I go, every time somebody comes into town, we're resort hopping. And I absolutely find myself like, I should do this more.
Yep, a lot of cool stuff to see, a lot of resorts to see as well. So
Yes, yes.
you could spread that out over a long period of time to see a lot of neat stuff there.
Okay.
All right, my number three is also the sentimental family tie value, and that is riding the Haunted Mansion ride at the Magic Kingdom. I
Love
mean, I
it.
flash back to when I was a little kid. I was probably 5 or 6 the first time we were there. Yes, the ride still existed way back then, and it was still in color. We weren't in black and white, but I just remember being in that stretching room and just being scared, but being amazed at all of that and the realness of it. And then when the door opens and you flood in, and I just remember the fear of being separated from my parents because everybody's merging into more of a single file line. Um, and Yeah, just those memories always stick with me. Love it.
I love it. That's such it's so true too. And I'm thinking you're scared as like a little kid, but your parents were just as scared of, losing you.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're quickly moving on to the number two. This is going to be general again, but I think it's such a great thing that is like a must do because it turns out to be such a great experience, and it doesn't matter, you can do it in the park and you can do it outside of the park, and that is a character dining. like any of them. Pick your favorite characters, but it doesn't even matter if they're not your favorite characters. They're all so magical. And like I said, you can do them in the park, out of the park, and I absolutely love that you can eat and then have the experience with a character as well.
Yeah. So that I love that option. You know, I'm a huge character dining person in general. So with that, if you've never been to one before, there's a few different things that you want to consider. One is the location and how you go about getting there, the convenience of getting there. Secondly, would be the food that's offered. If you're bringing littles and they're picky at all, you want to make sure that you're careful in what menu options they have at the dining. And the third, and maybe just as equally important, is which characters are there.
Yeah.
If you're a Winnie the Pooh fan, for instance, or your children are, you want to do Crystal Palace because that's where you'll get the
Yeah.
experience with them. So knowing which characters there is also equally important. Understanding that they can change at times, but they're pretty consistent with most of the dining. So
Yeah.
those are good things to consider, and I love, love, love that. Even though it's not on my top five.
Well, and I think even if you were to go to say Tusker House, where we know it's the Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, uh, even if that's it, it's still such a magical experience to have those characters come by your table, and so
Yes.
that's why I love it. If I could do it more, and it was not, again, it's a little more costly than just going to have a regular breakfast or regular dinner, but it, you just walk away smiling every single time.
And as Janelle mentioned that, the characters are in character based on where
Hmm.
you're at. So she mentioned Tusker House. They're in their safari garb. If
Yeah,
you're at Ohana, they've got their Hawaiian or
Hawaiian.
Polynesian gear on. If you go to Topolino's, they're dressed as artists. So you get a whole flavor of different
Yeah,
personalities, if you will, of Mickey Mouse, for instance.
yeah, yeah.
Very cool deal. All right,
Okay.
my number two, and again, I didn't have any. Well, I didn't have this one on my list at all. And once you said um, your very first one at the Animal Kingdom with the veterinarians made me think of this. And this is inside Magic Kingdom, late afternoon at the front of the park. They do the flag retreat.
Yeah,
What an amazing, patriotic, emotional experience where they recognize a veteran, or it could be a couple of veterans that are in the park for the day. The PhilharMagic come out, or the band comes
probably.
out,
Yeah,
and the Dapper Dans come out to sing. They do Star Spangled Banner. They do Pledge Allegiance. They do God Bless America. The veteran is involved with the retreat of the flag. They then walk halfway down Main Street off to one of the side shoots, and you have to follow through that whole thing and see the cast members and thank that service member for their service. Such an amazing, truly inspiring experience.
yeah. I see you're making my list change. I'm gonna keep my number one, but you just like, so many things came and just like that, that's what happens. And um that is, I love the flag retreat.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. It's if you've never done it, you need to take the time. They do it at 5 p.m.
Yeah,
Each evening, weather permitting. I think if
yeah,
it's storming, they're not doing it, but weather permitting, they do that at 5. Just like the parade, I think if there's weather involved, but it's going to move out, they'll postpone or delay it a little bit. But
right.
yeah, try to take an opportunity one time in Magic Kingdom to see that.
Yeah. Okay. Number one, it's general because again, I think you can watch inside the park, outside the park. I want to give everybody the opportunity to see fireworks, like to see a show. And if you can see Epcot from the boardwalk, all that area, Magic Kingdom from Grand Floridian Contemporary or Polynesian, or if you're in the park and you can make it to the fireworks or need to go take a nap and come back, like see the show. Like, because Disney just puts on such a great show. Fireworks are amazing, and it is one of the most special ways to end your night. And it like just kind of makes the whole day well rounded.
I absolutely agree. And I agree so much that my number one must do was close. It's Phantasmic at
Okay.
Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
So same concept, right? The nighttime show to end your evening.
Yes.
While Happily Ever After, Magic Kingdom, or Luminous at Epcot are spectacular, and I'm a fireworks guy like none other, the whole production of Phantasmic, between the fireworks and the lasers and the water shield with the projections and the characters and the acting on stage. Wow, just an amazing 28, 29 minutes of relaxed, energetic Disney love for the characters and the production. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay. Well, look, we did it.
I, I have 35 more things written down though, Janelle.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I'll be honest. When I first did this, and I told you I did top five for each park, I was like, my brain was on rides, 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 rides,
Yes.
nothing else. And it wasn't until you said the veterinary experience, I'm like, oh my gosh, flag retreat and the train and Festival Lion King, and sort of
Yeah.
scribbling all these other things down. So yeah, I kind of blew my list out of the water quite a bit.
Everybody has their own list. Everybody has their own special thing that they must do, and I think your list can be this week, and next week you could see something else and it could blow you away and you're like, new top 5, you know? Like that's the amazing thing about it. And I hope that what we've done is that we've come up with things that, aren't just there in our face every single day, that, we're just used to being there when you walk in. And we've given some great ideas of, hey, I've never seen that. Janelle and Mike talk so highly about it. Let's give it a shot. I'd love that.
Yeah. And I think I would take a step forward with that is, planning your next trip. Identify your family's must do items.
Yeah,
Because let's be very transparent, you will not do everything.
right.
You can be there for 2 weeks and you will not do everything. So don't go in with the mindset you'll do it all, because you're going to leave Disney disappointed. So have your must do's, your family must do's that you can knock out. Then you have your next tier of would really like to do, and then the last tier of if we get to a great, if not, no big deal. I think you'll find that the vacation will be much more enjoyable. You'll feel like you accomplished the things that you as a family wanted to accomplish, and it was a fulfilling experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think for this being our 20th, podcast and all, we did a great job. Look at us.
Why didn't we do our top 20 for the top
So
for the
that already
20?
happened. That already came to my mind, and that would have been easier for you. But I wanted to say, like, no, we're keeping Mike to 5, you guys.
Rough, because I probably had 15 more things written down. No, I
I
probably had 20,
know.
I had 25 more things written down. I will say,
So
you said resort hop. I did have that on my list, viewing the
okay.
resorts. So that was on my list. I did not have the veterinarian experience. I did not have character dining, but you know how I feel about character
Yep.
dining as
Yep.
well. But yeah, so
Yep.
there's so many things, so many
Yeah.
things. And Janelle and I've done some podcasts on things outside the park. You'll find that you could wake up every day and create a new top five list and
Yep.
not
Yeah.
repeats. And they're spectacular lists.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, Mike, congratulations.
I
20
Yes,
podcasts.
outstanding,
Yes,
outstanding, amazing, amazing, amazing. Can't wait for the next 20.
I know. Ooh, what are we going to talk about? Stay tuned, everybody. Stay
Right.
tuned.
If you have topics that you'd like us to cover,
Oh,
comment those. We would love to hear from you what you would like to hear from us.
absolutely. And if there's something you don't want us to talk about, let us know. Let us know.
Really. I mean, maybe you'd like to hear about Mike's 6 through 30 top must do's.
Or not, or
Yeah.
not. Just
Yes.
let us know in the comments. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been fun. Uh, thank you, Mike, as always, for your time and for the 20 podcasts and the bonus ones. And uh, appreciate you so much. So thank you. And I am Janelle Love, Disney Parks with Love, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And Mike?
I am Mike underscore Disney Travel at all of those same locations. We love having you here with us. Would love
Yeah.
to hear your thoughts, suggestions, and we hope to see you on episode 21.
All right. Bye, everybody. Take
Have a great
care.
day. Bye, guys.
Bye.